Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Benjamin Brazier. I'm from Rangsit University from International College. Today, I'm gonna talk about the research of my research paper, the effect of social media on university students, their life and motivation to study. So to introduce. Okay. So as you know, social media has become one of the most important communication all around the world. Social networking existing so as to provide communication among people regardless
Hello.
to the distance.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to continue. Okay. Provide communication among people regardless of distance, making it open for people to easily share information, file, picture and video, entertainment, message, and conducting a real-time conversation. Social media is a popular way among university students to connect with one another, as for their friends or for their professor if they have any question for their study. Each student has their own experience, characteristic, opinion regarding social media usage. Social media is a place where students can experience negative body comparison and a low self-esteem. So this research paper, the research question is to find out that is social media affect to university students. This question conclude with the objective section and the survey section will be based around this question. 1, how does social media affect university students? 2, how do students balance their everyday life while being on social media? 3, how daily usage of social media affect students' motivation to study? So our objective is the aim for this paper are to find out how social media has affected this university, how social media has affected this university students. The overall objective of this study is to find any correlation and record any thought and feeling of the student participate may have about social media and their everyday life. So I formulate 3 objective that I will try to accomplish. The first one is to investigate how social media affect university students on the daily basis. 2, to study how students balance their daily life while being active on social media. And 3, to examine how daily usage of social media impact students' motivation to study. So the material and method is that I have done an interview from 15 participants. Each interview is around 30 to 35 minutes long. Participate are university students at age around 18 to 24 years of age. Question in systematic order of 1 to 20, which means we have 20 questions to ask the participate. The first section, the interview is concluded in 4 sections, A to D. The first section is the demographic section of the interview, just to break the ice with the interview participant and introducing each other was the key to break to make it more comfortable to ask more questions. And section B and D is the question that fit criteria to answer objective 1 to 3. So the result is the majority of interviewees check social media quite a few times per day, which is a recurrent activity in their everyday life. More than half going on social media to check what's going on around their life, their news, entertainment, to check your friends' activity, what they're doing. Majority said that even though they go on social media a few times per day, social media does not affect their university life in any way. However, most admit that it's a distraction while studying. Most stated that social media doesn't affect self-esteem, but but majority of females students stated that it does affect their self-esteem. All interviewees stated that they all have a good balance when it comes to their daily life and their active time on social media. However, all interviewees say that social media did lead to procrastination in their everyday life. Half of students stated that everyday routine is not as productive as it could be due to social media. So in conclusion of this study, show that social media does not affect university life on a large scale. However, it can be a distraction while you doing a study. Students have a strong need to check what their friends are doing and connect at all times. Every student has their own thought on social media usage depending on their attitude. Students feel better when they connect with professor and peers to get help in which them get more security and more confidence on their work. University students are encouraged to be in charge of their own work and are giving a big responsibility to be one on top of their work. Social media is never prioritized over work and can be put second when the work is due. Social media is a tool that students use to improve their quality of study and get feedback from professor. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Benjamin. Okay, your presentation is interesting. Okay, may I ask the audience that anyone have the question for this topic? You can turn on your microphone. Okay, silent. Okay.
Sorry, actually I have.
Okay, well, yeah, please, Ajahn.
Right. In your opinion, social media nowadays have a lot of negative impact or positive impact on students?
I personally think both, because like as you say in the research paper, that the one of the first best positive thing is like when you have any to connect with your professor, that if you have any question on your study or your homework, you can communicate to your professor immediately, no matter like how distant you may be. But obviously it comes with a negative, which is I think especially goes to the more of the female than male, because like they feel more have their low self-esteem because like there's a negative comment or like a body comparison that I mentioned before, that they would have a low self-esteem, or could lead to like depression, which that could be a negative result, and it could be a distraction while you're studying too.
Right. Any recommendation how lecturer can use social media to improve the class activities for the student?
I personally think that the way that I'm not sure that in other university how they does it, but like in Rangsit University, that the way we student connect to professor is actually a very good way already, and I don't think that there's any other problem, because like I mean, as of right now we have this COVID-19 pandemic that it moved everything to online class, which we use Zoom or like to learn, which I think that it is actually not bad at all. So I think that there's nothing really need to be changed as much.
Right. Okay. My last question is, what the benefit you gain from doing this research?
Well, I think that the benefit of whoever read this research paper is that you can find out that what is the negativity of social media that could affect to the student who are like in university life, which you can find out that can social media become like a distraction, or it can become a positivity while you're like a student in university life. So I think that people who are like have a curious or want to know what it could affect, then I think this research report could be an answer for that person.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Panpiti, for your questions. Okay, any more questions from the audience? Okay, may I ask one question?
Yes.
Who is your key informant? You said 15 participants, right? And in Rangsit University, right?
Yes.
Ah, okay. And you have a qualification of them, like years or
Oh yes, yes. They
or
all have to
international
be,
student? Yeah, sorry.
no, they could be in, they don't have to be international. They could just have to be a student in Rangsit University within the age of 18 to 24 years old. So that's the only thing that I just interviewed them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.